Fresh clips have surfaced featuring Dwight Howard and Michael Beasley clashing at the Big 3 League debut in Chicago, and it's unbelievable. Although some spectators witnessed the altercation live, a newly trending video reveals that the drama continued beyond the game. It's seriously out of hand. I got all the scoop on both confrontations. Let's dive in. The scene is set for an explosive debut in the Big 3. Clips revealing Michael Beasley intensely confronting Dwight Howard during what was meant to be a jubilant introduction to the league have taken the internet by storm. However, this was far from ordinary banter between rivals. It was a clash that was deeply personal, dramatically charged, and wholly unexpected. The 2025 Big 3 League showcases 8 teams representing cities, and this particular game was the season's highly anticipated opener. The Los Angeles Riot, led by newly inducted Hall of Famer Dwight Howard, faced off against Miami 305, featuring the ever-unpredictable Michael Beasley. The season kicked off on June 14, 2025, in Chicago, where what was anticipated as a festive showcase of basketball quickly escalated into a heated and contentious affair. Now, let's dive into the circumstances that ignited this fiery showdown. Dwight Howard, just having been inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame in 2025, was set to make his debut for the LA Riot. This was meant to be his chance to demonstrate that, even in retirement, he retained the formidable prowess that established him as one of the most intimidating centers in NBA history. Howard entered this match with everything on the line and a legacy to uphold. On the opposing end, Michael Beasley emerged as the face of Miami 305, a player who has consistently followed his own unique path. Renowned for his scoring prowess and unpredictable nature, Beasley never hesitated to confront a challenge or provoke rival players. Over the course of his career, both in the NBA and abroad, he earned a reputation for engaging in psychological tactics to unsettle his adversaries. The atmosphere of the game was already charged with intensity and aggression. Miami 305 ultimately secured a win with a score of 50-44, yet the final tally barely scratches the surface of the events that transpired on that Chicago court. The All-State Arena buzzed with excitement, with fans rising to their feet, soaking in the electrifying atmosphere pulsing through the venue. It was a scene brimming with the raw energy that springs from fierce competition among top-tier athletes. Yet this is just the beginning of the tale that unfolds. Right from the tip-off, it was evident that Michael Beasley had a strategy that extended well beyond merely outscoring his rivals. The footage captures Beasley's sharp verbal provocations and his physical antics, intensifying the rivalry, revealing a masterclass in mental tactics that left Dwight Howard visibly rattled and struggling to find his rhythm. The sensational video that's got everyone buzzing captures Beasley using every strategy imaginable to rattle Howard. This was a deliberate tactic of psychological warfare, featuring a range of verbal insults and physical maneuvers aimed at disrupting the future Hall of Famers' focus. Michael Beasley was unrestrained, persistently taunting Howard during the game by getting in his face, dancing around him, and locking eyes, creating an electrifying moment that had fans and social media buzz. What heightened the intrigue was the differing responses of the two players. Howard, despite his extensive experience in top-tier basketball, appeared genuinely unsettled by Beasley's provocations. His body language revealed a growing frustration. Each taunt elicited a reaction, and the calm demeanor he usually maintained started to falter beneath Beasley's unyielding pressure. On the other hand, Beasley thrived in this dynamic, fully embracing the role of provocateur with a self-assuredness that implied this tactic had been carefully orchestrated. Throughout the night, he persistently taunted Dwight Howard, effectively welcoming him into the Big 3, which clearly indicated that this was no mere spur-of-the-moment banter. It was a deliberate tactic aimed at undermining one of basketball's most formidable big men. The allure of the Big 3 League lies in its focus on these individual confrontations, offering a spotlight that the NBA sometimes overlooks. Due to the accelerated tempo, the closer atmosphere, and fewer participants on the court, each encounter gains significance. Every comment resonates deeper, and every action could become the next viral sensation. This is precisely what unfolded. Beasley's unyielding trash talk transcended the confines of the Chicago arena, flooding social media as fans analyzed each detail, each phrase, and every response. The basketball world found itself split, with some applauding Beasley's fierce competitiveness while others condemned his style as lacking sportsmanship. However, this tale continues. Oh no, we're just getting warmed up. The events during the game were merely an introduction to the saga that would unfold in the locker room, spill into post-game interviews, and spark a viral moment that would have the basketball community buzzing for days. The post-game turmoil now that we've set the scene, and you can grasp the intensity brewing throughout the match. Let's explore what unfolded after the final horn, and believe me, this is where it goes absolutely off the rails. If you thought the encore banter was wild, you haven't witnessed anything like this. What erupted following Miami 305 triumph would produce some of the most discussed clips in recent basketball lore. Once the game wrapped up, Beasley stepped into the LA Riot locker room, maintaining his spirited demeanor, and this is where the explosive footage that has everyone buzzing begins. Imagine this scenario. You just come off a fiercely contested match, where emotions are frayed and adrenaline surges through each player. Instead of a moment of calm, the atmosphere is about to escalate significantly. The locker room, typically a sanctuary for athletes to unwind and reflect on the game, is set to take an unexpected turn, as Michael Beasley had other intentions in mind. The video captures him fearlessly entering the rival team's locker area, not to offer praise for a well-played match or to resolve any tensions, but to escalate the mental battle he had been engaging in throughout the game. The nerve it takes to step into an opponent's locker room and persist in provoking them is a rare sight in professional basketball, instantly drawing the eyes of all who were present. However, what amplifies this moment further is the backdrop of recent events on the court. This was not merely banter among adversaries. A significant, more intense incident involving other players had unfolded during the game, already igniting the atmosphere in the arena to extreme levels. The episode saw a wider scuffle involving Lance Stephenson, intensifying the drama, and it was here that our narrative took a thrilling twist. As Beasley focused on aggravating Howard with his mind games, another clash was brewing, about to erupt into tangible violence and spark its own share of viral moments. Lance Stephenson, a teammate of Howard on the LA squad, was becoming increasingly irate as the game progressed. The hard-hitting action was rising, tensions were peaking, and everyone could feel that a breaking point was nearing. In a separate confrontation, Stevenson hurled the ball at Jordan Crawford after executing a layup and subsequently elbowed Howard during a hold. At this moment, the rivalry shifted from intense competition to utter pandemonium. What transpired felt like a scene straight from film. There were various narratives intertwining. Beasley's mental tactics aimed at Howard, Stevenson's rising irritation culminating in a physical clash, while the crowd's excitement surged, anticipating an imminent explosion. The disagreement intensified into a physical brawl that overflowed into the stands, leading to the ejection of both Howard and Stevenson, while the venue erupted into utter mayhem. Imagine this, two towering ex-NBA athletes clashing fiercely. Security surged in from every side as coaches and teammates scrambled to pull them apart, while spectators either strained to catch a glimpse or hurriedly made their escape. The footage of this altercation went viral and is undeniably fascinating to view. It captures the precise instant when competitive fervor turns into a more severe conflict. The physical clash between Howard and Stevenson took center stage as they were ejected after tumbling into the stands, and the ensuing pandemonium left everyone in the arena, and those watching from home, utterly captivated. What adds an intriguing layer to this narrative is Michael Beasley's response to the turmoil. Unlike other players who might have chosen to dial down the tension or keep their distance, Beasley appeared to flourish amidst the disorder. His relaxed, seemingly entertained attitude during such heightened drama turned the footage into something truly captivating. The contrast was evident, as those around him were overwhelmed by the situation's passion and fervor, while Beasley exuded a calmness that implied he was not only untroubled by the commotion, but possibly relishing it as well. This response entered the viral conversation, as social media users remarked on Beasley's apparent disconnect from everyone else. The Big 3 league handed out warnings to Howard and Stevenson for their altercation on the court, opting not to suspend them, taking into account their status as rookies. This choice added fuel to the ongoing discussion. The league's approach indicated their awareness of the competitive spirit within their product while attempting to retain some authority over the situation. This leniency raised intriguing questions about whether the penalties were appropriate for the actions. Rookies were afforded some leeway as they adjusted to the league's physical demands. This rationale underscored the distinctive character of the Big 3 league and its unique stance on discipline compared to conventional basketball leagues. What's intriguing about this entire situation is the way modern social media has the ability to magnify and proliferate sensational moments. The video didn't remain limited to those present at the venue that evening. It spread like wildfire across X, Instagram, TikTok, and virtually every platform imaginable, with each clip racking up millions of views and sparking thousands of responses and interactions. The infectious quality of this material hints at a deeper insight into what spectators desire from their sporting experiences. In a time when professional athletics often feel polished and corporate, such instances offer a genuine, raw glimpse into the fervor of competition and personal conflict that fans eagerly seek. Efforts to cool tensions included Jilly the Kid attempting to soothe Stevenson, and these attempts to regain control became an integral part of the viral story. The immediate responses of individuals striving to contain the upheaval lent an added layer of authenticity to the footage, enhancing its watchability. Additionally, the game's statistical backdrop provides a fascinating layer to this narrative. Michael Beasley registered 21 points alongside 9 boards, showcasing remarkable stats while simultaneously engaging in his mental warfare tactics. This indicates that his provocations did not detract from his game performance. In fact, it appeared to ignite his competitive spirit, allowing him to excel on the court. On the other hand, Howard chipped in with 10 points and 7 rebounds before being thrown out. These are commendable figures, Yet one can't help but speculate how much more influential he could have been without the relentless psychological pressure Beasley was exerting during the match. While the highlights within the game and locker room drama captured the spotlight, the league's reaction to the unfolding controversy also took the internet by storm. We witnessed the aftermath, the viral wave, and how the league addressed the situation. From the pre-game tensions to the mental games played during the match, from intense locker room clashes to scuffles that reached the audience, we've delved into some of the most electrifying moments in recent basketball history. Now, however, it's time to investigate what transpired once everything calmed down. The viral surge that ensued, the league's official stance, and the wider consequences of that night in Chicago await our exploration. The swift response to this event was unprecedented in the annals of the Big 3 League. Just hours after the match concluded, clips from various perspectives flooded every conceivable social media outlet. The sensational videos showcasing the interactions between Dwight Howard and Michael Beasley highlighted not only their on-court banter, but also the heated exchange post-game in the locker room. The online community erupted with excitement over the unfolding spectacle. What elevated this moment into a viral sensation was not solely the tension present, but also how the diverse clips presented unique facets of the unfolding narrative. You had the taunting clip of Beasley that showcased his unyielding psychological games, the fight footage displaying the clash between Howard and Stevenson, and the post-game locker room showdown illustrating just how intense the situation had escalated. Each segment was riveting on its own, but combined, they wove a storyline that completely enthralled basketball enthusiasts. The response on social media was swift and fervent. Users on X were sharing clips with captions such as, "Beasley was in Dwight Howard's face throughout his Big 3 debut," and those posts racked up hundreds of thousands of views in mere hours. Fan engagement skyrocketed as they analyzed every single moment, action, and phrase captured on camera. What's truly intriguing is the varied responses from different factions within the basketball community. Some supporters were totally engaged by the spectacle, admiring Beasley's fierce competitiveness and his knack for riling up rivals. For them, it was a nod to traditional basketball grit, reminiscent of the mental strategies that legendary athletes have employed to secure a competitive edge. Conversely, there were fans and analysts who believed Beasley overstepped boundaries, especially regarding his locker room behavior and incendiary remarks to the press. These dissenters contended that there's a crucial distinction between spirited banter and the relentless psychological tactics Beasley deployed both during the game and in the following hours. The league's reaction was both careful and firm, fueling further discussion on the matter. The Big 3 faced a nuanced challenge. They aim to preserve the exciting competitiveness that defines their league, while preventing situations from escalating too far. Their choice to give warnings instead of suspensions was notably intriguing. In handling the court altercation between Howard and Stevenson, the Big 3 opted for warnings, citing that both players were newcomers adapting to the league's physical demands. This rationale ignited its own debates concerning fairness and consistency in the league's disciplinary actions. Consider the implications of this situation. Here we have two experienced NBA veterans, with years spent honing their skills, now being regarded as newcomers due to their entry into the Big 3. Many fans appreciate this method, viewing it as the league allowing players to acclimate to a fresh gameplay style and a new competitive atmosphere. Yet, there are those who doubt whether lesser-known athletes would receive the same kind of leniency, or if this is simply favoritism directed at renowned figures. The widespread attention surrounding this event also underscores a significant aspect of the Big 3 League's role within the broader basketball landscape. Ice Cube's Big 3 League transformed into a city-focused format with 8 teams, and the thrilling season opener demonstrated the league's ability to create memorable moments and shareable content that fuels today's sports entertainment. The financial repercussions of this viral incident are significant. In a time when capturing attention is the most valuable asset in sports entertainment, the Big 3 succeeded in attracting vast interest and engagement through this one game. Clips were circulated not only among basketball enthusiasts, but also by prominent sports media, entertainment platforms, and social media influencers who swiftly recognized captivating content. Now, let's explore the nuanced reactions and what they unveiled about the individuals involved. Michael Beasley's unruffled attitude during the scuffle generated as much buzz as his provocative remarks. His apparent indifference to the turmoil surrounding him, almost finding amusement in the spectacle he had instigated, revealed a deep-seated confidence that intrigued spectators. Whereas other players were caught up in a whirlwind of emotions, Beasley remained composed and seemingly in command, suggesting not just that he was managing the chaos, but perhaps even orchestrating it. This stood in stark contrast to Dwight Howard's visibly shaken responses, adding another dimension to the narrative that fans eagerly analyzed. Despite his illustrious career and vast experience in basketball, Howard appeared genuinely unsettled by Beasley's mind games. The footage gained an added allure due to the unexpected vulnerability of such a skilled athlete, illustrating that even the most elite performers can struggle under mental strain. The history of both athletes further enriched fan perspectives. Both Howard and Beasley have navigated their fair share of disputes and controversies over the years, leading many fans to view this incident as a reflection of their established personas. For Beasley, his provocative antics weren't surprising to those who have followed his journey. Michael Beasley has a track record of confrontations with peers, and his knack for ruffling feathers has been a hallmark of his competitive spirit throughout his tenure in the sport. Howard's engagement in volatile situations isn't new. Throughout his career, Dwight Howard has experienced several high-profile clashes with teammates and coaches, and many supporters view this as yet another episode in a narrative filled with notable achievements and personal conflicts. Furthermore, the timing of this event holds considerable weight within a larger basketball landscape. With the season still in progress and additional games leading up to the championship on August 24th, 2025 in Orlando, Florida, the saga is far from over. As the Big 3 season unfolds, these athletes will keep competing against one another, and fans are eagerly looking forward to what lies ahead. Possible rematches and ongoing tension. This excitement has integrated into the league's viral promotional strategy. Spectators aren't only discussing past events, they're pondering future possibilities. Will Beasley maintain his mental games in upcoming contests? What will Howard's reaction be when he gets another opportunity to clash with Miami 305? Could the league be forced to impose stricter penalties if tensions keep rising? The intrigue surrounding these queries is immense. The Big 3 has effectively crafted a dramatic saga that will unfold throughout the season, capturing the fans' attention. This kind of continuous storyline is what fuels viewership, boosts social media buzz, and maintains fan interest in the league's offerings. The media attention surrounding this event highlighted a fascinating shift in sports journalism within the realm of social media. While traditional sports networks reported on the occurrence, the story gained traction predominantly through social media posts, fan-created content, and instant reactions from viewers engaging with the clips as they circulated online. This shift toward a more inclusive sports media landscape allows viral events to proliferate and reach audiences far beyond their initial context at an unprecedented pace. The footage wasn't solely circulated by ESPN or conventional sports reporters. It was shared, reshared, and deliberated by countless individuals, each contributing their unique insights and narratives to the unfolding story. Reflecting on this remarkable chain of events, what unfolded was far more than a mere basketball game that turned intense. We witnessed an exhibition of psychological tactics, a moment that went viral and garnered the focus of the entire basketball community, showcasing how today's sports entertainment can forge captivating tales that reach well beyond the confines of the sport itself. The episode, primarily involving Howard and Beasley, became intertwined with a larger clash featuring Stevenson, underscoring the physical and verbal fierceness of the Big 3 league. This intricacy is precisely what rendered the narrative so engaging. It wasn't simply a straightforward clash between two athletes. It was a rich, layered saga with various threads, diverse personalities, and several viral incidents unfolding in unison. The impact of this event will probably reach well beyond just this one match. It has set a fresh benchmark for excitement and fervor in the Big 3 league, igniting interest for upcoming clashes and demonstrated that former NBA stars can still captivate audiences when the situation is right. If you like this video, press one of the boxes on your screen to explore more related content.